Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Dorika. I am Soul Remembrance Activator who support you in expanding your receiving capacity. In this video, what I want to take you into is to dive into the collective illusion many of us unknowingly carry in our bodies. The illusion that pain must come before pleasure, that we must suffer before we can receive, that struggle makes us worthy, that joy must be earned. This belief is so deeply woven into our collective conditioning that it often feels like true. But what if it's not? What if it is a lie that we have been conditioned into? Because what if pain was never meant to be the doorway to your pleasure, but simply the echo of a world that forgot how safe it is for us to receive with ease. A few weeks ago, I come back from my trip, my traveling, and I desire to go on a staycation. But another voice in me replied, "You just came back from a trip. You should wait a few months first." And in that moment, interesting. It makes sense. I just came back from my trip. I just enjoyed my trip. I should give it few months before I enjoy another pleasure, enjoy another staycation. But so interesting because this voice isn't reason. It was conditioning. It was that subtle energy that says, "You've already had your share of joy. You need to wait," like as if waiting for more time somehow makes me more deserving before I can receive pleasure again. You've probably felt it too. You probably have that quiet voice that says, "It can't be this easy," or "I need to work harder before I can rest." Can you relate? It is so subtle, but it shapes everything. How we love, how we manifest, how we allow life to give to us. And what if this voice was never ours to begin with? We were taught no pain, no gain. We were taught good things come to those who wait. We were taught love meant sacrifice. We were taught success requires struggle. How many of these beliefs, this limited programming, can you feel in your body as I share with you? The pain before pleasure story lives deep in the collective field. It is in the ancestral patterns where our ancestors glorify sacrifice because that is their experience. It is in religions that equate devotion with suffering. The more suffer you go through, the more devoted you are. Again, it is condition, it's a programming. It is their experiences. And even in our family systems where love was given conditionally during our childhood. So, as children, many of us were conditioned unknowingly, absorb an energetic code that says, if I want love, I must struggle for it. If I want success, I must work to exhaustion. If I want happiness, I must earn it. And let's take a pause here. How would your life be? How would our life be if we continue to allow such conditioning, such belief to rule our world, our action, our choices, our behavior? And these beliefs, these conditioning, this illusion actually create an energetic distortion where struggle become the currency for receiving. But this currency belongs to the old paradigm. In the new earth, in the new paradigm, the one our soul is called to remember right now, receiving is not earned, it is allowed. Receiving is not a transaction, it is an attunement. And let's go deeper into what is truly happening in your field behind this story of the pain must come before pleasure. When your energy system associates pain with progress, the nervous system wires itself to feel safe only when there's effort, when there's tension, when you struggle, when you strive. Because pleasure, which is so enjoyable, so open, is unsafe for the body to feel. So, you subconsciously create struggle, cycles of struggle, just to feel safe, just to be in familiar zone. Energetically, this means your body is holding a contraction pattern, a low frequency hum that says, I can only receive through doing. I must first empty myself before. Where's my note? Okay. Energetically, this means your body is holding a contraction pattern, a low frequency that says, I can only receive through doing. I must first empty myself before I can be filled. So, energetically, your body becomes tense. Your energy contracts. And when you're in tension, when your energy is in contraction, when your body is in tension, there's no space for receiving. There's no space to hold more pleasure, more money, more love, more overflow. Because your energy field still believe it must first earn what's already yours. Hence, the healing, the remembrance here is not about doing more. It's not about putting in more effort, but about identifying this illusion, aware of these untrue belief stories that we unconsciously carry in our body, in our energy field, and we get to dissolve it, to remember our natural state before conditioning, before the trauma, when you were just born as a baby, before you were told what is right, what is wrong, before you observe what is safe, what is not safe in order for survival. We are actually in a state of openness energy, fluid energy, radiant, and in openness to receive. Hence, returning to pleasure as our natural frequency is not that we afraid of pleasure. Rather, it's that our nervous system was conditioned, was trained to feel safe only in struggle. And now we are going to rewrite this story. We are going to release, to dissolve this lie with love, with compassion, and with respect and honor for our ancestral experiences. Pleasure, in its truest essence, is not struggle, it's not indulgence, it is expansion. When you allow pleasure without guilt, you teach your body receiving is safe. That you can be in joy, that you can be open, in softness, in flow, and you are still held and supported by life because pleasure is safe for you, because pleasure feels safe for your body now. Pleasure was never meant to be a reward. It was a natural wisdom of our soul. It's not like we exercise and then we reward ourselves with a delicious meal. That pleasure was a reward. That we have unconsciously condition ourselves, cycles and cycles of struggling, cycles of putting in effort in order to feel more deserving of what reward to receive. Pleasure was never meant to be a reward. It is our natural state, a state of openness that allows life to flow through you, not something you earn after working hard. How many of you, can you relate? You give yourself a vacation after working for how many months? You give yourself a certain reward after you accomplish certain achievements. But what if you no longer need to go through pain? You no longer need to struggle, chase, prove yourself in order to feel more deserving of the pleasure that you desire to enjoy. What if you no longer need to go through pain, but simply you need to let go of resistance? Because pain isn't the price of our pleasure. Resistance is. When you release the resistance, the struggle, the guilt, the old conditioning, you are in more spaciousness, which is expansion state of pleasure. Pleasure naturally allowed to be in your life. Abundance naturally meets you where you are. Love naturally deepen within you. And this is where your receiving capacity begin to expand, because pleasure, abundance, love all live in the same frequency, the same spectrum, the energy of openness. And as your body learn to open without waiting for pain to come first. You shift from living in reaction to life to being co-creation with it. Can you see our soul doesn't keep score? Remember, the soul doesn't keep score. The soul doesn't measure worth through endurance. It simply expands when the body remembers safety. This is why regulating and learning to regulate your nervous system is an important part of emotional intelligence, of healing. Because the moment your body feels safe, your energy field begin to open, begin to widen, your receiving channel open, and life begin to respond to your new frequency of ease. So, ending this video here. Next time you begin receiving something, your desires, into your life, stop thinking, stop asking, have I earned it? Have I earned this? Am I worthy? And start asking, can I allow this into my life? And this is where life begins to flow differently. Remember, the universe is always responding to your energy, not to your effort, but to your openness. Thank you for your time and energy in this video. When you are ready to dive deeper into your embodiment of abundance, self-love, and manifestation, I'd love to journey with you. And you can explore my offers at my website, thedoricaexperience.com. And with this, thank you for your time and your energy, and I look forward to connect with you again in my next video. Remember to subscribe if you enjoyed such transmission, wisdom sharing. Thank you and bye-bye.